the masculine is tired of being losers. The masculine is has reached his final trip to Loserville, and he doesn't want to return. Hello everyone, I'm Lilith Divine. Some of you on different parts of the internet may know me as Chai Latte. If you know, you know. And I actually am, you never know, right price, was a dominatrix for 10 years. And a humiliatrix. If you don't know what that is, then you're not a loser. I spent 10 years dominating men through different various forms, means, in person, on the internet, virtually. And there are some conversations. Okay, this glare. Ooh, wait, just a moment. The glare is getting on my nerves, but come on, teacher Bay. I spent 10 years also humiliating men. I got paid very well to do so, to tell men their faults, to speak my true feelings about the male species as patriarchy has programmed him to be in certain cultures, because we can't even say that's every culture, specifically American culture. White mediocrity influence culture is what we'll say. Hello. And the shift has been coming for a while now. So there's a few different topics that go along with that. Quite a few men are realizing that they don't want to be incels no more. They don't want to be losers no more. If you don't know what an incel is, look it up. And the original definition of what an incel was applied to women and men, but men do what they do best, and they take, you give them an inch and they take a whole fucking mile from you. So we associate incels to be specifically with men because of how they acted in the 2010s on the internet. Like fucking lunatics. Like animals that need to be caged. Not like the divine masculine that they are supposed to be. Not fighting against patriarchy, because patriarchy is really the reason why they're mad. They were unleashing their anger and frustration with the worthlessness of their life, and the fact that they had no meaning, or so they thought, onto the divine feminine, onto women. They were projecting their mommy issues onto women on the internet unprovoked. And they were looking up to the Andrew Tates of the world, like they were the man. Come to find out, the man isn't even a man. The man is just as much as of an incel as they are. The man is as much of a loser as they are. The man has had to fucking, I'm grown, I refuse to be censored, has had to rape and take and coerce and bribe women to be in his vicinity, because without money, without items, without manipulation, this man, oh, my bad, my lighting, without manipulation, this man would have nothing. No women, no platform. He's just an angry little boy. And that's what I have seen over the course of my career. There's a lot of angry little boys. Now, the losers that would pay me to humiliate them, they absolutely accepted that they were losers. And even if they weren't losers in real life, because quite a few of them had positions that many envied, many would be shocked to find out that they were paying me to tell them how worthless they were. They felt it on a deep level. They felt it in here. They felt it in here. And they felt it in here because it was true. There is some truth to a lot of feelings that we feel. And they felt as worthless as what I was telling them that they felt. But the way that I did my sessions and my videos was to get them out of that, because I see that as a fucking excuse. I see that as the most loser ass shit, and it's not cute. You are a man. You are somebody who has been put on this earth to protect the divine feminine, to protect the feminine, to protect Mother Earth, to protect and assist while the feminine energy grows and flourish, and the feminine energy within you grows and flourish. And I think that's bullshit for you to sit here and say, oh, I'm such a loser, shame on me. Yes, you're paying me. But I think that's an excuse. How you feel about yourself and how you feel. How you feel about yourself. It's like you getting married to a woman, and outside of being, okay, the glare is getting on my nerves. Outside of you all supposed to, you know, show your attraction towards each other if you believe in marriage. Only marriage I believe in is the alchemical one. And you're showing each other that you're attracted to each other, and that this is the person that you want to be with, and you are turned on by this person. But to expect her to make you feel like a man, that's a personal problem. That is a personal problem. Because you are, if you don't feel like a man, and this is where the issue lies. In astrology, we call the generation of men the Saturn and Pisces generation. The Pisces generation is what we call them. Very watery, very weak-willed, weak-minded, very up in the air, no solid foundation, don't know who they are, usually have very heavy mommy issues because their mother oftentimes was not in touch with her feminine side, so he took up enough feminine energy for the both of them. And he has been trying to balance himself out ever since. And instead of trying to figure out how that is by basically giving to the feminine instead of taking so much, Pisces men tend to take a whole fucking lot. And I've known a lot of fucking Pisces men. They keep coming into my vicinity. Goddess, why you keep sending them? Why you keep sending them to me? Like they can't stay away from me. Whether it's their rising or their moon or their sun, like get thee behind me, demon. It won't leave me alone. So from my perspective and what I know them to be like, they want a mommy. They want the fantasy. They want the, and mind you, I've absolutely have known plenty of masculine women who are Pisces as well. So it's just the masculine energy is just, it just wants to be in my orbit. Well, bring gifts and bring tithes and offerings if you would like to be in my orbit, because you can't sit here for free. You can't soak up all of this for free. It is not going to happen. It's impossible. It goes against my religion. What is my religion? You say the religion of being a goddess. I am worshipped, okay, as I should be. And they want somebody to boost their ego. They want somebody to constantly fill their heads with the fantasy instead of actually doing the work. Instead of actually sitting down and figuring out what is it that's going on with me, and what is it that I need to do to feel like the man that I want to feel like? To feel like the masculine energy, which is, I'll explain it. Feminine energy, we have been told in patriarchy, if you would like some shea butter, it smells like vanilla. I use actual vanilla extract in my, no, this is cocoa butter mix. And a lot of beautiful, delicious oils. Let me know. We have been taught and lied to over the course of many, many moons that the masculine energy takes. That's why everything is so off kilter, because if a masculine is only taking, who's going to create? Who's going to replenish? Who is going to water our gardens so that we can have more tomorrow? Masculine energy just taken is the reason why we have famine. It's the reason why we have deforestation. It's the reason why so many mothers and wives look haggard when they should be thriving. When the feminine thrives, the masculine thrives. And here's the kicker. The ones who have set the rules for so long, the former elites, they know this. And I say former because they're not my elites, but you know, people call them elites. The ones who were tapped into all of that and work very hard to suppress the information and to suppress the knowledge, they know this already. They use it to their advantage. There's a reason why all of this news about the islands and the men who have taken advantage of women is coming out, because for centuries, for thousands of years, I guess you could say thousands of years because it goes way back, but I'll say at least, no, thousands. Yeah. Yep. They have been harnessing and what's the word? Stealing the energy of the divine feminine, while also, I'm a mama bird, so you'll hear people in the background. My coven are up. What time is it? I don't even know what time. Time does not exist for me, okay? Time does not exist at all anymore. But they know that, so they cipher and steal, siphon. They siphon energy from the feminine, from the land, from the world, from everything, until there's nothing left, which is exactly why they're trying to go to Mars. Hello, red. That wasn't even my point in choosing this color. Even though it's not a color I actually chose as the video. Matter of fact, let me find a better video than that. Anyway. They know that if they suck the land dry, there will be nothing left for anybody else. So they even trick men into forgetting who they were. And being a part of this He-Man Woman Haters Club. If you know the Little Rascals, I love the Little Rascals. Grew up on it. But the He-Man Woman Haters Club, you know, girl, it's masculine to punch things and to hold in your anger and I mean to hold in your feelings and to dominate women, which I suck at, by the way. We are supposed to be in charge of you, not the other way around. And then if there's a balance, the alchemical marriage, the masculine and the feminine, which the alchemical marriage is really in the mind. But if it's acted out in the physical, when people are equally balanced together, they come together, perfect match. However, women are supposed to actually be the ones to lead. Let me say that again because I was interrupted by my glasses. Women are actually supposed to be the ones that lead men. Picture this, Sicily, 1922. And the men that know, they have no problem admitting this. I get a kick out of it because they have no problem admitting this truth. They love to admit this truth because they love how it makes them feel. Like they get such a joy out of it. When a man does something, a task, or maybe he goes to the store for you, or he does something right, an actual man, not an overly feminine man child, but a man. And you tell him, I like the way you did X, Y, and Z. We're human. You know, we react to good feedback. But you tell him, I like the way you did X, Y, and Z. Example, I was in a relationship. And first of all, this man would pretty much go anywhere, do anything for me. Pick up whatever I needed, whenever, however, didn't matter how late. That's what he would do for me. Loved it. And, bitch. And but the one thing that I really liked, I did enjoy that. I love that. Like, I didn't even have to ask. I would mention I want something, be like, you want me to go get it? That shit was sexy. To me, it was. I was like, please, thank you. He would make pancakes. He would cook breakfast, and I loved his pancakes because I could never get the fluffy brown around the edges with the crispy butter, like in the perfect like light crisp on the top of it, but it's like got the perfect soft pancakey fluffy. I could never get that right, and it reminded me of my childhood because my mother made the most perfect pancakes, and no matter how hard I tried, I finally figured it out this year. No, actually last year, 2025, I finally figured it out how to make them. My technique was off. He made these perfect pancakes, and every single one would come out just chef's kiss, like every single one. And it made, I don't know why, but it made like the syrup and the breakfast experience just taste that much better. It really would. I'm a foodie, okay? I am a previous big back. My heaviest, I was almost 300 pounds, and I'm 130 now. But I just love food. Like, you want to make me happy? Send cash for food. No, I'm so serious. And eating these pancakes would just make me So it got to the point where I didn't even have to like manipulate him or anything, but I'd be like, oh, you know what I could go for right now? Some of your pancakes. Like, no, just the way that you make it, like they always turn out so buttery and fluffy, and it's just perfect. And I could see like his demeanor change, his face would light up. So every single time, like he would make breakfast just based off of me being like, oh, your pancakes are so good. Or so he was also and he went into the military, army, 1 or 2. So of course, basic training, you learn to fold and everything. And I hate fucking folding my clothes. I can't fucking stand it. I'll hang them up on a hanger and put them in my closet before I fold them. I can't stand it. And I like the way that he would fold clothes. I'm like, he ended up doing my laundry. Like, he would do my laundry for me because I would call. But that's because I gave him something to do. There's a lot of young men walking around who are lost, who unfortunately were probably raised by women who had to do everything. So either they didn't get the opportunity to help her because, she did everything, or she treated him like her husband, which those relationships are weird and disgusting. Call them what they are. Them bitches are weird and disgusting. Your children are not your spouse. Get a fucking life. Okay? Go find yourself so that you can go ahead and attract the right spouse and let your children be children. And or they would. No, was that the only thing? I think those are the only 2 points that I was going to make. Either she did everything, so they weren't allowed to become a man, like she babied him, or she treated him like her husband and he either did everything or she catered to him. It was something like that in the middle. She downplayed his feelings, acted like he was dumb and couldn't do nothing. And that's because of patriarchy. All of it's because of patriarchy. It's all a trick, it's all a trap. We all got bamboozled, hoodwink, bamboozled. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us. No, for real. We got bamboozled. We got tricked. We are supposed to be living in a utopia where the masculine and the feminine and everybody just lives beautifully together. There's not a want for anything. Everybody has their perfect tasks, their, the things that they're good at if you are a creator. And like I said, the masculine and feminine is in all of us. Some people are naturally more masculine or more feminine. And I don't mean from childhood trauma or anything. Like, you could tell from early on, baby, your energy was very much more, a little bit more masculine or more feminine, And as long as they embrace that, it's bliss, it's beauty from here on out. So I'm about to said, girl, drink some water. And stand up. Circulation. That's another part, an important part of being a human. Making sure that your body can support you. Oh, stretch. It is windy as hell outside. It is supposed to snow this weekend. I'm gonna be in the house. There are a bunch of lost boys. Maybe that was a what do you call it? A prophecy? Not a prophecy. I don't know. I can't think of the word. There's a bunch of lost men walking around who have no direction. And the beings that are supposed to give them direction, granted they're supposed to find direction on their own, but they are also supposed to allow the feminine energy to, they're supposed to be directed by the feminine, by women, by, their masculine energy is definitely supposed to be attracted to the feminine energy, and everything is basically off whack. So, off kilter. So, you have incels who were terrorizing the internet. I remember, the North remembers, because I was there in the trenches on Twitter with the motherfuckers just popping out of the woodwork, just attempting to get on everybody's nerves. And you could see that they hated themselves. They had no purpose. They have no meaning. They have no reason. And what's worse is they're not trying to find any. That's the thing. My father, who died almost 80 years old, he was baffled by the stories that I would tell him about how young men were today, like how they would approach us. He didn't believe me. So when his niece told him the same thing, he was like, he come on now, like, really, you're serious? I was like, I told you, like, I told you, it's hard out here for a pimp. Ooh, it's hard out here for a pimp. It really is, because I'm gonna say something very controversial to the people that it affects. Feminism was the worst thing that ever happened to the feminine. And that is the result of patriarchy being the worst thing that happened to all of us. Because there was a time when women had to do everything, had no choice. They had to break free because of patriarchy. And you can look up the history of all of that, because I'm not going to do it. You could pay me to tell you what that is. And it got to the point where even when the trust was not there, even when women could sort of settle into their feminine just a little bit more, trust wasn't there. Because there ain't no men build no trust. Not really, not fully. So you now have men who are lost, generations of men who are lost, and some of them are still fighting it. The dum-dums are still fighting it. They're going to be the ones, like if you've seen the movie Divergent, they're going to be the ones that are outside of the what do they call them? Like each sanction or each section. They're going to be the lost ones. No career, no purpose, no family, no nothing, just walking around, just being. Do I need to eat again? I think I do. I think I need to eat again. Okay, I'll be right back. I need to eat again. I absolutely did have to eat again. Apparently we're on a dinner date now. Consider yourself lucky. Steak and potatoes. But there's a whole heap of masculine energy that is off center and isn't being utilized in the way that it was meant to be used. And quite a few men are done fighting. There were some that weren't fighting. And they're just like, okay, I'm ready to support divine feminine. I'm ready to support a woman with my energy, with my protection, with my, you know, everything that the masculine energy gives. But there are also some who are still fighting it, but they're realizing things are shifting. Even if they don't know how to or what to put their finger on, even if they can't tell, or they're like, something in them is like, I gotta get it together. They're being real and honest with themselves about the fact that they want relationships with women, like actual relationships. That even their empty sexual relationships aren't feeding them. Like it's actually sucking them dry, which, shout out to those women. Suck them dry, girl. They're realizing it's not feeding them, even though they aren't feeding her either. Not really. Energetically, some of them are being more of leeches than it being a reciprocity thing. Because it's also an energy thing. Y'all could be fucking each other, but that doesn't mean y'all energy is aligned at all. You know, feminine energy is meant to take. We're meant to receive. Obviously, because we give life. If she receives the nutrients, of course she's able to create life. Feminines are meant to take from masculines. And in turn, their energy grows. In turn, their life gets better. In turn, they receive things they wouldn't have received on their own. Men have to work less hard when they're given to a feminine, depending on the energy. If you look at some singers who keep a lot of women around them, I can give you a few off the top of my head. Prince. Now, Prince loved him. He loved him all type of women, but he definitely loved him a little light-skinned thing. He loved keeping women around him. All his photographers were women. Cat Williams. Well, most of the photographers were women. Cat Williams. He said so himself. What the fuck I look like keeping a bunch of men around while I keep women around? He said it like that, but you know Cat is hip. Cat Williams is hip. That feminine energy. Like, even if it ain't had nothing to do with, as soon as he said it, I already knew he was hip, but I was just like, no, he get it. That's the reason, also the reason why his life has been sustained, his career has been sustained for so long, because he honors the feminine. He does. He does. Even in his speech, even in his stand up. Who else? Bruno Mars. He makes love songs. His very first song was Ain't Got Nothing on You, showing all the women in the video. Like, he's been catering to the feminine for the longest time, with the exception of 24 karat gold. 24 karat, that was one for the boys, but everybody loved it. There's a few more. You can look at some actors who know, specifically black actors who know that their audience is black women. And if, unless they're stupid, or unless they're trying to switch over to Hollywood, and we know that's going down like a plane, they would be dumb to badmouth black women, because that's who want to see their movies. Who paying them? Who show up for every fucking movie for them? Exactly. So the masculine, the men that get it, their lives are, I ain't gonna say it's bliss, but their lives are significantly better than the men that fight it. Ask me how I know. They take care of the women. Fucking Ryan Coogler. Perfect current example. He said that he took his sister and his mom and stuff to go see Beyonce, and Beyonce helped to inspire sinners. He has worked with a bunch of women on his movies. Every single time there's some woman that's in charge of something, the visuals, the this, the that. Come on now. Come on now. If you're still fighting it, you're stupid. And you will get left behind. Because the men that get it, the men who know, the men who see, not just to get something, but in order for men to thrive in the future, they're going to have to support a woman. They're going to have to be led by a woman. Because that's the world that we're going into. Men can fight all they want to. They're going to have to be led in some type of way by a woman. The men whose lives are just so chill, even when they're married, they say, I defer to my wife, or I defer to my sister, or my female friends, or my, my aunts and my grandmother and stuff. If I don't know something, I ask them if they know, because, there are just certain things that they know better than I do. Or I ask them for advice or X, Y, and Z, but they also take care of them. They don't just take and take and take and take from her and expect for her to give her feminine energy for nothing. They pour into her in some type of way. Either they're running errands for her, they're giving gifts, they're buying groceries, they're sending money just because, and without asking and begging for something in return, because they know when you give to the feminine, when you give to women without expecting something in return, your life gets so much better. Other than basic respect, your life gets so much better. It does. I had someone I was dating who had never really had good luck. And the moment he got into the vicinity of me and my mother, because he would always come, whenever he would come over, he would always offer to do something around our house. That was just how he was. And my mother believed the same thing I do. The man is worthy of his hire. So if she was cooking, you better get a good old healthy plate. And so the more he came around, he would do yard work and different things or whatever. You need me to go to the store for you, X, Y, and Z. He started noticing his luck started to change. He started finding money on the ground. His job got better. There were certain things that he would have certain conversations with people that would help him mentally and physically, or whatever it was. His life started to get better. But when he started to, when he started to attempt to demand things from the feminine, his life started to get worse. You don't demand nothing from the feminine. She gives as she pleases. And when men hear that, they think that means that, oh, they don't have no say so. If you are acting right, it's like when your mother tells you, no dessert until after you eat all your vegetables. And if she means it, and you eat all your vegetables, you get dessert. Not you demanding, I want dessert now. Or I only ate a piece of my vegetable. I should get dessert now. Oh, sweet summer child, you are sadly mistaken. You don't demand anything from the divine feminine. You do not demand anything from feminine. And you also get those men who are like, well, I gave and I gave and I gave, and she didn't give me anything. Nigga, you gave to the wrong woman. I don't understand. Like, you chose wrong. Don't that sound familiar? You chose wrong. Because you're probably leading with your dick. That's where you fucked up at. That's where you fucked up at. You were probably leading with your dick. Your dick was thinking for you. So yeah, you chose wrong. You're bad. Choose better this time. It's the men that get it. You'll see their lives start to get better. It won't have to be forced. It won't have to be them demanding something. They see the divine masculine in themselves, as well as the divine feminine, and that starts to send out like a light, like a beacon to other people. and the right people. Of course, you'll still get some of the wrong people, but that's just to remind you of where not to go. Truth be told, I say men should always pour into the feminine regardless of who she is, because, you know, but boundaries so that your life force doesn't get completely used up. That comes with self-respect. That comes with self-love. That comes with knowing yourself. And there are a lot of men who don't know who they are. We talk about women all the time having low self-esteem and daddy issues and shit, but we rarely talk about men knowing who the fuck they are. It's a lot of men that don't know who the fuck they are. It's a lot of men trying to be what they think a man is, and they'll blame their mother for this, but because their daddy left. Because their daddy got up and left. Didn't fight for them or shit. Didn't fight for them or nothing. Or if he was a bitch. If he did stay, he was a bitch. So they're walking around, they don't know who they are. So they're looking to role models. Fucking Uncle Phil is the only fucking role model they got. Like, they ain't more than just that in the world. And they're looking to streamers and shit to tell them how to be a man. And it's like, choose, what is it? Choose today who you shall serve. Do you want to be like these men out here? Look at their lives. Like for real, look at their lives. Like, look at them. They all look constipated. They all look miserable. They all look dry. Lil Wayne with his 9 dreads hanging off his head. Do you want to be like them? They look used up. I mean, I ain't even gonna talk about the shit going on in Hollywood, but they look used up. Do you want to be flourishing? Do you want your life to just uplift and grow and be surrounded by the best feminine energy to help support your inner feminine energy, as well as, you know, your masculine energy, without having to beg for anything? The puppy's growled up. She co-signs. Why she's wound up, I don't know. The choice is yours. Really, truly. Now, if you found value in this video, you can tip me right here. My information is on the screen, because she's about to start, yep. And that's the first thing. Energy exchange. Energy exchange is very important when dealing with the divine feminine. So if you've gotten something out of this, if you're watching it, just in general, tribute, goddess, as a show of thanks and appreciation, and do not demand anything at all. And let me know, did this help you out? What else would you like me to talk about? Is there anything in the video that you would like me to go deeper? Because I have 10 years of experience when it comes to humiliating men and dealing with men on a, I could say, primal level, as well as, you know, some psychological, because there were quite a few of my supporters who it started out very primal and we got into some real life stuff. And that's what I love. I love that shit. But it started out with them respecting me, respecting what I did, respecting the fact that, yes, you are paying me to have a happy ending. However, you're still a person, which is the bare fucking minimum. It's the bare fuck. I'm very expressive. The bare fucking minimum. You know, and through a natural reciprocation, our relationship got to a point where they were telling me about certain projects that they were doing, or, you know, I'm not happy with this, so I want to change that, and buying some of my other videos that were, like, I didn't finish my thought at first, but some of my humiliation videos were, they went from humiliation into sort of like motivation. You know, you could be better than that. Don't let, use that as an excuse. That's a poor excuse. You're a loser. Why are you here? So, okay, do better. That type of energy. And it starts to, get up, brush your teeth, da 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 da. Go out and find your purpose, or just do something with your life. Be creative, Go and be around people, because nobody wants a loser. Nobody wants to marry a loser. Nobody wants to be around. Nobody wants to be friends with a loser. Do you see how I got right back into that? I haven't filmed one of those videos in going on like 3 years now, but I got right back into it. So if you would want one of those, my information is down there too. And it started to become a wake-up call for some of them. Some of them was really like, damn, like this isn't just, when I was, in a sense, breathe life into them, because that's what the feminine does. She breathes life into the world. They would be like, oh, damn, I guess I'm not doing enough. Well, she made me think, I've been told you make me feel like I could do anything. So once that's implanted into your head, you literally have no excuse. Do you know you have 30 minutes? You have no excuse. The energy is there. You just have to use it. And if you're using that energy as a man to wallow and, oh, woe is me, and I don't get pussy, and I'm a loser, and okay, well then get off your loser ass and go do something about it then. Well, what am I going to do? You're on the laptop. You're on your phone all day. You watch porn all damn day. All goddamn. How do I know? Because my views used to go up. The North remembers. The girls on the hub doing numbers back in the day. 2014, 15. Tell too much of my business. Do something about it. You just gonna sit there and just let your life just be garbage? You gonna blame the fact that you're a 35-year-old loser on your mother? You're 35. Or blame it on that one girl you had a crush on when you were 14. For some odd reason, all of the loser motherfuckers got a story about a girl they had a crush on or that they dated. How was that for somebody? At 14 years old, that broke his little heart. Nigga, if you don't get over it. Nigga is non-racial specific. Get over it. It's time to stand up. It's time to step into your divinity. It's time to step into your masculine energy. Okay? Because the world is moving. Feminists are moving without you. So do you want to come along for the ride? Do you want to be her? What's the name of that movie? Well, it's not a movie, but it's a Egyptian story. I was in. My brain is drawing a blank. Oh crap. Whatever. Queen of Sheba. That means it's time to go. Queen of Sheba. And I'm talking about the one with Halle Berry. If you didn't watch that one, she was stunning in that one. The Queen of Sheba is not just called Queen of Sheba, but I came for her. Queen of Sheba, 1995, with Halle Berry. Go watch that. You want that type of energy and connection? You gotta stand up. It's time to step into your power. Don't nobody want no whiny, weak wimp of a video game playing man, especially when those video games ain't making him no money. Even still, well-rounded. Get a hobby. Get something else going on. Like, find something else to talk about. The internet is vast, and you better use it while you got it. Because once it goes out, you gonna have to rest on your personality, and a lot of y'all ain't got attractive personalities. And women ain't dating men, ain't giving men chances just to give them a chance no more. That, ignore how he looks. We're dating for his personality. Patriarchy tricked women into dating ugly men. Patriarchy manipulated, beat, and badgered women into dating ugly and sleeping with ugly men. We're not doing that no more. So if you, and then even then, at least the ugly men had like some type of suave, like had some type of, je ne sais quoi about them. Like, these motherfuckers these days ain't got shit. They just stand there and breathe. You sexy, I want to fuck you. Like, out in public. Like dude off of Hey Arnold. Like, you just standing there creepy looking over her shoulder and shit. They don't even got personality. They're just... Enough. Please, enough. It's time to do something about it, and each one teach one. If you're not the loser, if you know some losers, it's time to be real with them. Okay, especially because a lot of those losers will hear it better from men than they do from women. I get paid to tell them that, but a lot of them don't listen. Ain't gonna listen to me. They gonna listen to you before they listen to me. So that's your responsibility. That's your homework. If you know a loser, as a man, tell him he's a loser today. For 15 cents a day, you can tell a man that he's a loser. I used to have way too much fun with this. I swear, I could keep going. I really can, but you're going to have to pay me for that. No, for real. Like, if you're a man and you know somebody that ain't on the up and up, you know a man that could be doing better, you know a man who is a terrible ass fucking father, tell him to get some fucking therapy. Tell him to put down the drugs, put down the what is that, the E-pipe, whatever the fuck that, the crack, the E-crack, because that's exactly what it is. Tell him to put down the fucking weed or get some type of help, because he gonna get left behind. It started out as a video to just let people know, but it's really like, y'all about to get left behind, because the divine feminine is she already on the move. So don't be dumb, don't be stupid. Okay, I'm going because I need to stretch and do my night routine. If y'all like me on here, I mean, I don't care because I do what I want. But Tribute Goddess, use the link. Be smart, say thank you. Give me your name. I may shout you out in the next video. Like, I actually like doing that type of stuff because I used to be a cam model as well. I like shouting people out when they give without, demanding. I like that. I feel like you deserve. Don't give me $5 and think I'm gonna shout you out. That's the bare fucking minimum. $50 or more. $50 or more as a tip, and I'll shout you out in the next video or whenever you send it. And energy exchange, it's only right, it's only fair. So we can talk more about this. I'll have more videos coming, I suppose. And until next time.